This is Perp back with another video, and we are back talking Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 1, or Cobra Kai the Final Season Part 1. Man, I love this series so fucking much. I've been a day one fan since the YouTube Red days. I've been fucking with this series, and for it to now come to this conclusion, I'm just filled with all different emotions. I've loved every single season. I love all these different characters and the growth that these characters have gone through over the last 6 seasons now. And man, where do I even begin? Let's talk about this, because this is only 5 episodes. Part 2 comes out, I think, November 15th, and I can't be more excited about it. So I really love how this season kicks off. You know, the tone of these first 5 episodes is completely different from anything in previous seasons. I feel like this is the most personal season, even though with the first episode it feels like everybody's kind of coming together after the events of the 5th season, with them getting Silver completely out of the way, exposing his lies, and him kind of fixing the whole tournament for Tori to win. He's out the way. You know, everybody's kind of become closer. You have Miguel and Robbie becoming more like brothers. It's like a happy family. They're embracing. There's the fact that Carmen is pregnant and she's going to pop any minute. I'm pretty sure she's gonna probably give birth around like part 3 or something like that. But that was just really dope to see, and you really get to see how far Johnny has came from season 1 up until this point now. It's just crazy. He hasn't missed a beat. He's been the most consistently funny character, and he just drops a lot of gems at the same time. He just, oh man, incredible, man. Just incredible. I'm blown away. And him just embracing the whole Miyagi-Do and just kind of putting his pride aside and doing what's best. Excellent, bro. And him being able to just have self-control more so than Daniel. Crazy, bro. It's so crazy to see. And it's just certain things that I didn't expect to see in this first episode. You still have Robbie trying to kind of get through to Kenny, and his brother Sean is out now, and they kind of have this back and forth. They kind of scrap, and Sean starts to kind of see exactly what Robbie was kind of getting at, and maybe Kenny should kind of do this to keep himself out of trouble. Now, we're going to talk about Kenny as well in this review, because I feel like his character is very interesting. Not completely sidelined, because he's not like a main character, but I think he definitely is an important character when it comes to this tournament. And we haven't gotten to the tournament. We just got a little bit of info where it's going to be taking place. It's going to be in Barcelona. And when they broke down the rules, this is where everything really changed for the show and these characters, where now they have to pick 6 fighters. But we'll get into that. We're going to get back to that, because I want to kind of go in order, do my best to kind of go in order. Going back to things that I didn't expect to see in this season is in episode 2, you have a moment of Miguel and Kyler actually having a moment. That was fucking brilliant. You know, this guy used to bully these guys, like, and he used to just, I used to hate his character, but episode 2 made me kind of look at his character in a different light. You know what I'm saying? And also our characters, our older characters like Sam, Miguel, Demetrius, Hawk. These characters are, even Sam too, I think if I missed her name, they are all getting ready to go to college, and that's also something that plays a factor in this overall season, because, you know, we have Miguel. He wants to, you know, get into Stanford, and he believes if they win this big tournament, this Setkai Taikai, that this is going to be a life changer for him, and this is going to be a very life changing moment for everybody. You know what I'm saying? This is huge, and the stakes are very high because them winning this could send them to the moon. Them losing this, that's it. And a lot of people are riding on this, like Robbie. He goes through an incredible arc in this where he's sick and tired of being number 2. Tori is also got a lot on riding on this because we're gonna get into Tori. I want to save that. I know I'm jumping all over the place, but man, this season was incredible, man. Let me talk about Kreese real quick and his return and him escaping jail and stuff, kind of faking his death, and him going back to Master Kim. We kind of get a flashback of the younger Kreese and Silver and whatnot. We even see a younger version of Master Kim's granddaughter, and Kreese going on this kind of spiritual journey. You know, obviously this mission, not like a spiritual journey, but like this mission to get this blade so they can go ahead and go to this tournament. He pretty much goes into this cave, and his biggest weakness, we find out obviously in previous seasons, is Johnny. So he starts to kind of envision Johnny and snaps his neck. So that already lets you know that he has pretty much detached himself from Johnny. That whole relationship, that whole father-son shit is dead. Also get introduced to a new character that's going to be a pivotal character for Cobra Kai that goes by the name of Quan, and he is going to be an absolute problem for this team that they chose. And I love how they went about choosing who's going to represent Miyagi-Do. So in my head, before they even announced it, it wasn't going to be like, all right, we're going to pick this person, pick this person. They get Barnes to kind of evaluate who's going to represent everybody. And this is where we get the Underdogs episode. You know what I'm saying? And Devin Lee has a lot more to do, and she does some slimy shit to Kenny to kind of get him out the way, because there's this whole thing with Penis Breath, or his new name now is Muscles. He's been taking these laxatives, so she spikes his water with laxatives to kind of get him out of the running and whatnot, so she takes his place. Because the original 4 was Tori, Sam, Robbie, and Miguel, and there was only 2 spots left. Demetrius got another spot, which I did not see that coming, because him and Hawk have been kind of going through things and whatnot about, like, you know, transitioning into college and whatnot. They both had this childhood dream of going to MIT, but Hawk is not really on that because he's like, I never really weighed out my options. So Demetrius kind of felt some type of way, and he used that to kind of get the best of Hawk. So just that whole, from the underdog episode to the best of the best episode, fan-fucking-tastic, bro. Like, just everything that they're doing with these 5 episodes was really dope. It's gotten me really excited. Now let's talk about Tori, because Peyton List did an incredible job, like incredible performance in the best of the best, where she finds her mom dead in her house and whatnot, because she's been dealing with that with prior seasons and whatnot, and this just triggers something in her. So before we get to that, to choose the captains, we have Robbie facing off with Miguel for one last time, and we have Sam and Tori facing off for one last time. Or is it one last time? Those 2 fights were incredible. I'm so glad that Robbie finally beats Miguel fair and square. You know, and Miguel doesn't even feel no type of way, but we know that he's going to feel some type of way going into part 2. That's definitely going to be weighing on him, but he was the bigger man. He lost fair and square. Now Robbie represents, he's the captain for the males. And so then they shift things over to Sam and Tori. And even Sam, as she's fighting Tori, notices something is wrong, where she's a lot more aggressive. She's doing like these dirty tactics and stuff. And they get a call. Obviously, the phone call is that Tori lost her mom. And Daniel wants to just call off the fight. And Johnny's like, no, don't call off the fight. But then, you know, they kind of have a clash over this. And they've been kind of at each other's necks. Not as aggressive as earlier seasons, but it's just the whole figuring out, you know, who's going to train who at what time. And I also like that Daniel LaRusso also was able to get Johnny a job working at the dealership. That aside, that relationship starting to kind of get sour because of this whole Tori situation, where Johnny has this thought of, yo, just let her fight through this pain. And Danny's just like, no, this is not how we do things. You know what I'm saying? This is not the Miyagi way. This is not Miyagi-Do's way of doing things. You know, and speaking of Miyagi, we also get a lot of interesting details about his backstory as well, which makes me think that the spin-offs that they're kind of talking about, maybe one of those are a younger Mr. Miyagi series, because he also fought in the tournament that they're about to fight in as well. So that's interesting. And he committed some type of crime where he had to kind of hide out and whatnot. This kind of fucks up Daniel, because he has thought of Mr. Miyagi as this perfect, peaceful person, but doesn't know that he has flaws, and he has a hard time kind of dealing with that. And I also love, like, Amanda's always the voice of reason, even though sometimes the LaRusso doesn't want to listen. She always kind of tries to bring him back down to reality. So overall, you know, this whole tournament has kind of caused a rift amongst the group where everything was kind of peaceful. This is kind of disrupt that peace. The season this part ends with them going to Barcelona, everybody lining up, and they're seeing Cobra Kai come out. They don't recognize none of these people, but they recognize one person, and Tori has rejoined with Cobra Kai, and I am so fucking excited about that. And I think Kenny is going to also rejoin with Cobra Kai, because he kind of got embarrassed during the whole process of picking the six. He's here thinking it's LaRusso's kid that has sabotaged him, not knowing it was really Devin Lee. And I'm pretty sure she's going to probably be confronted or fess up to that. She should. But yeah, like, I really love this season. There's just so many thoughts I want to process. There's so many things that I did not expect. Like, the team that they picked is cooked, bro. At least Demetrius is cooked. Something really bad's going to happen to him. And if Devin Lee really, well, you know, since Tori left, now that Hawks is in there, Hawk, I think, is in trouble. I just think that this team that Cobra Kai has, that these people are going to really hurt a lot of our favorite characters. And I predict that Robbie is going to get the win. By the end of this tournament, I feel like Robbie is going to be the winner of this world tournament. You know, because it's been so long that Miguel's been at number 1. Robbie's tired of being number 2. I could definitely see a scenario where Miguel gets taken out or something like that, and it's all up to Robbie. But I want to know your guys' thoughts about where this could possibly go. How did y'all feel about these first 5 episodes? I thought these were some of the strongest episodes of the series, and I cannot wait for the last 2 parts and just to see how this all wraps up. Some of my favorite moments came out of this season with just these 5 episodes, from just everything in the first episode, the Miguel and Kyler stuff. Even, I forgot to mention, is seeing Barnes and Johnny trade hands. That was really dope. Just everything with Peyton List, I really think that she showed up and just killed it this season, and I can't wait to see where these other storylines go, what else gets revealed. I believe that part 2 is going to be a little bit more, or I see them, I didn't expect them to kind of get right into the tournament, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if they're going to have flashbacks and stuff like that in between stuff, or what's going to be going on, but I'm very excited, and I'm so glad that Cobra Kai is back. But this is the final season. But let me know how you guys feel about this. This is just my thoughts on this season so far. Till next time, I'm out.